Man, the lighting in the car is just so much better than in my space. Clearly I should be taking these videos on the road more. There's so many more people out and about though. I came to a park, so there's like a side street that leads into it, and I parked and I was like, I'm gonna do my video right here. And then I park. And there's two people at this one house and they're just doing their gardening. And then a woman comes out with her dog and she's looking at me and I'm just like, oh hey. Just being one of those millennials, Gen Zers. What's after Gen Z? Anyway, like being one of those people who are in their car recording videos. Nobody cares, but it feels like people care. How's everyone doing? I'm not inside, so I should be using my big projector voice, right? It's with strength and confidence and all of that good stuff. I'm really trying to see if there is a specific message that I want to talk about today. I don't really go into these with a specific message in mind. I just see what kind of comes to me, what stories want to come through, and I say it. This is the 12th of the month, so this is my 12th official timeline video. It's crazy. I really didn't have a plan going into this. It was just simply, you need to get your voice out there, and this is going to be the way that you do it. You are going to record and post one video every single day, and I might not know what that's going to be every day, but the point is that I am showing up and I am doing it, and I am making the time when I can. Jacob went down for a nap and Josh was like, you have an hour, do you want to do anything? And I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll like go do some shopping or do whatever. But like, I was like, oh, this will be a great opportunity to get into my car, get that beautiful car sunlight, and record. So here I am. I actually have my bolster with me. I decided that I wanted to go to the park and meditate. And then I had the thought of, maybe I should be meditating first, getting a message, and then coming back to my car. But you know what? I thought, you know what, let's just do it. I don't want to be rushing. And oh, there's this sweet woman walking her dog just out in front of me. I met this lovely gentleman today named Dave. My dad's name is Dave, so that was a fun connection. He had like a paint bucket filled with tools. My dog wanted to go up and sniff him, so I don't know if like, I mean, probably a lot of you are dog owners, but there's this interesting thing that happens when you're a dog owner and your dog wants to go sniff people, because part of you wants to pull them away, part of you wants to let them go sniff. You don't know if that person is going to be afraid of dogs or if they don't want it. Like, you can sort of sense the energy as it happens, but sometimes it's a little bit unclear. And so Sadie went to go sniff Dave, and sorry, there's a cat to my left, a beautiful orange cat with a fluffy tail. So Sadie went to sniff Dave, and we said hi, and he was like, you get a good sniff? And I was like, oh yeah, you know, she did. And then he said, I bet you couldn't tell that I'd been attacked by a dog and my back torn up when I was 4 years old. And I was like, no, not at all. He's like, my heart is just going, but I wouldn't have been able to tell. Like I didn't sense his shift. But he basically said like 61 years will, you know, my daughters have dogs, like I can see how much they love them, and that helps. And you know, 61 years. So we kind of started our conversation like that. And then he was like, do you want to hear a joke? And he proceeded to tell me a joke that I didn't quite understand. I don't get some jokes. I don't know. I'm like not the best joke recipient. Like they don't connect with me sometimes. So I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Like sometimes jokes go over my head. And then he told me another one. And he's like, I really like jokes that are like punny, and this is I'm gonna not do it right, but it was something along the lines of I'm gonna butcher it. Something about trees and it being a long, dark winter, and the punchline was like, unbelievable. And I got that one. It took me a second, but I got that one. And then he told me another one. He was a lovely man. Anyways, the point I'm trying to say, we got into this conversation. He was like, what's your name? And I'm like, Jess. And he's like, and I'm like, what's your name? And he said, Dave. And I said, my dad's name is Dave. And I was like, I thought this morning, I was like, I really should message my dad. Like, I don't see him very often. I was like, maybe I should just invite him out for lunch. And then meeting this gentleman named Dave, he was like, you should. He's like, you should absolutely. Like, it's so important. And then he was telling me that his mother is not doing so well. And they said it might be 3 days, it might be 3 weeks. But their family's dealing with that. And he told me that he lost his father to dementia. And but this man had like such a beautiful spirit, and he was like telling jokes, and he just had this genuine kindness. And he said, you know, it's my first time on this earth, so like I wish I remember what he said, but like he said, it's my first time on this earth. And then there was the piece of me that was like, oh no, like we're infinite beings, we've all had like tons of lives. And then I was like, maybe it is his first time. Maybe this is his first incarnation in this form. Maybe it is. And it made me realize how beautiful it's like seeing life through the eyes of a child. And this was a 64-year-old man, but he had these beautiful, stunning depth to his eyes. But he seemed so joyful and so young and so spirited, and he's had some really hard things happen in his life. And you know, like, talk about trauma as a child and how that could totally and he had a stroke like 5 months ago. He's like, I bet you couldn't tell that I had a stroke 5 months ago. I'm like, no. He's like, you just never know, you know, what people's stories are. It's like, gosh, no, you just don't. You see somebody in like a snapshot, and we make these snap judgments. Like, it is part of the human brain, and it's like there is a necessary component to us taking in information and like figuring out where it fits into our worldview, because if we had to like make manual judgments instead of automatic all of the time, like that's all we would do all day, right? So I had this very beautiful conversation with this gentleman, and I just he hugged me. He gave me a hug. And I just left feeling so joyful. And I said to Spirit, I was like, please pray over the soul, like protect him at all costs, like send his family love and kindness. And, I wish his mother, depending on, the right time is the right time. And whenever that time is, to wish her a very safe journey. So, to anyone that's listening, like, take a moment to pray over someone that you love, somebody that you see in front of you. You don't know what's going on in their life. We may have judged them. Maybe there was a split second that we said, that's not my people, that's not my whoever. But like, we can pray over everyone and wish them well. One of the things that I love very much about one of the books that I've read, and I was trying to read through it again. It's Becoming Bodhisattva by Pema Chodron, and it's rooted in the in like Zen Buddhism. God, this street is like bumping right now. There's so much going on. So in Zen Buddhism, one of the practices that you can do is you start with yourself and you say something like, and you can repeat it a handful of times, but you can say, you can start with yourself. So it's like, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free from suffering. You can repeat that a couple of times. And then you say, may all beings, or may you, or may they, like may someone else, may my family be happy, may they be healthy, may they be free of suffering. And then may all beings be happy, may all beings be safe, may all beings be free from suffering. And it's this really beautiful practice, and you can extend it to the people that you don't like if the person that was mean to you in 12th grade, or that person at the supermarket that like ran into you and like said something cruel, or somebody that flipped you off in traffic. It's like, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free from suffering. And just wishing everyone in this world just this little slice of kindness. So that's something that I try to do when I'm out and about. If I see somebody, especially someone who's in dire straits, somebody's who's in a condition that's far from optimal, may you be free from suffering. It's not pity. It's just, may you be free from suffering. We just have a wish for all beings on this planet to be free from suffering. And that's all we can hope for. All right, it's so stinking hot, and I'm gonna get going so I can meditate and then get home before Jacob's nap time is over. As always, my friends, have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow on the timeline.